Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to episode 16 of the Idiots in a Room podcast. I am your host, as usual, Chris Jahnke, and with me today is my co-host. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hey, Nick Vandevoort here once again. Another idiot in another room.
Another idiot in another room, indeed. And today we have three idiots again. I'll let you introduce yourself, sir.
Hello, I happen to not be in another room from Chris, but there are still at least two rooms. My name is Linn, and I will be here today with you.
Good to have you on the show again, Doug.
Yeah,
Thanks so much.
It's been a while, since the Flintstone gummy bears of the past.
Yeah.
A classic episode.
Yeah.
All right, so how have you been, Nick? I'll let you go first.
Yeah. What was it, like 2 weeks ago was our last one? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been doing pretty well. I don't, you guys obviously can't see me, but I had a really huge beard and super shaggy hair 2 weeks ago. But then a few days ago, I shaved it all off and then got myself a haircut again. And the before and after pictures are just so different. I should show you them sometime. But yeah, so I'm feeling pretty well. Doing pretty well. Got that haircut. Yeah.
Good to hear. And how are you, Doug?
You know, I'm doing, that's for sure. Haven't been doing much recently, kind of just going along with things. School's starting up pretty soon here. So not much happened over summer, really, for myself. Hung out with friends a few times, Chris knows. Not very often, but we've been hanging out every once in a while. It's been nice and fun, nice to catch up every once in a while, nice to hang out, nice to get on the podcast, too. This is a nice one. Haven't been doing much overall. It's been a fun summer, though. Not the greatest, but not the worst.
Well, that's good. That's good that you've been having a good summer, I guess.
Yeah, and what about you, Chris?
I'm doing. I've been working basically around the clock at Festival the last couple of weeks since we talked. I didn't get a day off. I had that Wednesday off, and then I worked all the way to Sunday. And then I had Monday off, but basically I was working around the house and doing stuff for my grandma all day that day, so that wasn't even really a day off. And then I worked all week until Saturday, so I didn't really have any days off between the time that we last talked and last Sunday. So, yeah.
They worked too hard. Jeez, man.
Oh yeah, they did. It was a pretty long haul, but I made it through all right, and I'm still enjoying it. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice awkward silence.
Yes.
So, do you guys have anything planned for the beginning of the school year or anything of that sort?
I'm not in school anymore myself.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm working at a...
I'm probably going to school, aren't I?
Yeah, but I do have plans because I will be working sports games as part of broadcasting the sports games on the television.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'll be working on those games for the next 3 months. So.
And that's really exciting. I'm really glad that you're doing that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I get to travel around a little bit and just get myself into a world I haven't really delved into. I'm not much of a sports person myself, but
Are you still enjoying your directing job?
Yeah, that's still going good too. I'll be doing less of it because of the the season, just how the hours get divided and stuff. So, but yeah, that's still going pretty well too.
Good, good. How does that work? I was gonna ask. Like, do you do the nightly news or the morning news, or kind of a mix of them?
Nightly news for the most part. Sometimes I do a morning shift here or there, especially Sunday mornings, because there's a church service that we film and broadcast later that day. So.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but yeah, mostly evenings though, from like 2 to 11 p.m. on the days I do work.
That's not a bad shift.
Yeah.
And what does that all entail? Like do you just
directing?
Yeah, like I mean, like, I know TV directing and like film directing are two different animals. So like, how does it compare?
All right, so I am less of like, because it's a news station, live broadcast, there isn't really as much creativity.
Yeah.
You're just kind of making sure the show is ready and smoothly broadcasted. Yeah, so it's a lot of prep work before the shows go up, a lot of communication with everyone about what's going on, assessing your mistakes from the previous broadcast, making sure that just everything goes smoothly. So, yeah, I guess that's what directing for a TV station is like, or news station, I should say.
Nice.
That sounds pretty cool, yeah.
Do you think you would come back here and like do something for the local TV stations during the summer or something like that?
Huh. For the summers, that'd be kind of nice. Be kind of a distance though. Especially once I have I told you that I'm planning to move to Colorado?
Oh no.
Next. Okay, well, that's a whole nother thing we can get into later. But yeah, I when I was initially looking for news station jobs, I looked at Eau Claire to see if I could head back home and just see what I could do back at the hometown.
Did you? And of course, you didn't find anything then.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's great. I'm really glad that you're honing your skills.
Yeah.
And speaking of work, you were saying that you were doing like a internship kind of thing? What's that all about?
Not quite. It's going to be an employment program where I can go to CVTC and see, like, just go to like classes and stuff like that to see if I like anything, because I have no clue what I want to do when I grow up still. So I'm just going to go around there and see what kind of stuff there is out there, kind of explore a bunch of it, see what I like, and see where to go from there.
Cool. And
Yeah.
that's in lieu of going to a regular high school, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I just felt it was probably the best decision for myself instead of continuing to go to Memorial, which was kind of, I mean, Memorial was Memorial. There was nothing special.
Yeah, as all Memorial High School, either like, well, now we're really all alums since you're not going back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we can give you very precise information on what Memorial was like.
Yeah.
Which, it wasn't bad, but it's...
It definitely was not great.
Could have been better in a lot of areas. Yes.
Yeah. Especially with the handling of the pandemic last year.
That was different.
Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely different.
I feel they did the best they could, but it was still a fucking shit show. So...
I don't know if I'd say the best they could, but they definitely tried.
That's a better way of putting it. Of course, you weren't there, so...
Yeah. But I can still imagine, yeah, because we got a taste of that in university. So.
Did you have to go segregated days or?
Yeah, or like there were like I had a photography class where half of the class was split up to being able to go to that class one day, and then the other half would go the next day. So
And that just wasn't very fun because we weren't like seeing half of our friends.
yeah,
You know, same for you as well, I'm sure. So
yeah.
it was definitely an ordeal, but I think they're starting to calm down a little bit on it now.
I think it's mostly done. I think you still have to wear a mask in school, and I think that's about all they're doing now.
And a mask in school isn't even that bad, honestly.
I mean, how many months did we have to wear in school last year? I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
So, anyway, though, that's your deal. I'm still working on my TV show.
Yeah.
That I started. That's coming along pretty slowly because I've been working so much. But my Classics by Candlelight series on TV, that's going pretty well. I filmed 2 episodes last night. Still have to put those together probably after we're done recording this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's still coming along pretty well, and I'm very happy with it so far. So,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, I was gonna ask, even though it's a news station, do you have like any opportunity to pitch a show to them or something, just on a smaller scale?
They have radio shows, and yeah, I think there's a show we do called what is it? It's some sort of like financial talk show. I forget the name of it, but yeah, I think that's done through our station. Like that's just an exclusive thing. So I guess there could be opportunity, but it isn't like super creative stuff.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Because I know you're still working on Star Unknowing, right?
Oh yeah, funny you should mention that actually. Yeah, I just started working again on the first draft of that a few days ago. So,
Great to hear.
Yeah.
Does your graphic novel have any connection with that, or is it like a full over thing?
Nope, completely separate thing. Different world and everything. So.
Very cool. And that's still scheduled to come out around March?
May.
May.
Right. Yeah, that's when we want to have it ready by. It might release later in that summer, but yeah.
Nice. And yeah, I think you'll totally be able to do that because one of my neighbors down the way, she's a sophomore actually, and she just published her very first book.
Wow.
Sold in stores and on Amazon. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah, I think you guys will be able to do that very easily.
Yeah, it's not super difficult to self-publish nowadays. There's a lot of options that you can go with.
Totally.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do it all online, or are you gonna have like a paperback?
We're mostly doing it through Amazon, but we're also going to try getting it stocked in local stores here in Fargo, and I guess I could probably try and get some stuff over there in Eau Claire as well, maybe Volume 1 or something.
Yeah, I think they would take it because you're
from Eau Claire, so
yeah, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Anything else you're doing like creatively?
I guess I've been learning how to draw over the course of the summer. I bought a sketchbook for the first time, and I've just been trying to learn how to draw better, or more confidently, I mean. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I suppose you need to learn how to do that for a graphic novel.
Yeah. We already have our own art team, but I think it would at least be nice or cool to participate in that a little bit down the line. So.
Yeah, that is really awesome, man. I'm very glad for that. You working on any creative outlets, Doug?
Well, damn, putting me on the spot like that. You're doing all this cool stuff. I'm kind of just...
Yeah, man.
I mean, I can't draw. That's for sure. Failed 5th grade art class, for God's sake.
Dude, actually, same though. I didn't understand any of the like technical stuff about art at that age. It took me a while to finally understand it, but yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm surprised I didn't fail senior art class.
You took art class senior year?
Yeah, I took painting with Miss Reuter. And I am very surprised that I did not fail that class because.
Sorry. Go on.
Okay. Everything that I turned in, she always like nitpicked right down to the very last stroke, and yet I always got like B's on them.
I guess it's the fact that you did them, maybe?
Probably. There was one kid in there, he was like this stupid little freshman, didn't do a single thing, always just put on his own music and like drowned everyone else out, and he would yell at Reuter almost every day for just like stupid things, and it was not a good situation with him in the class.
I mean, there are some kids like that, though. They just come to high school basically because they're forced to, and they don't want to do anything. And that's a problem.
Yeah, it's totally a problem. I'm sure you knew people like that, Nick.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Really, they're pretty common, like more common than I thought they would be. Because from what I remember in middle school, they were always saying, you have to do well now because in high school they're not going to tolerate this crap.
They do tolerate it because they're forced to.
Honestly, I think they tolerate it more in high school than in middle school.
Yeah. It's kind of weird like that. Like, I'd expect, like, those kids wouldn't be allowed in the class at all, but no, they're just kind of frolicking around, just doing whatever the hell they please.
And then the people who actually want to do something, you know, are fucking stuck because everyone else is just acting stupid.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, why try?
That was kind of me in middle school a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. For a few of my classes, like halfway through, I kind of gave up. Not because I was failing class or anything like that. It would just be like the teacher. I hated a few of my teachers. Don't know if I should get into names or anything. But...
Well, we've all mentioned Novak on the show before.
Yep, that's the one. I got kicked out of her class permanently. I was not allowed back.
And that's a really stupid story. I think you've told it on this show before, but like, it is...
Yeah.
It is like idiotically stupid.
Yeah, it is not a fun one. But I still passed the class, so that was interesting.
Wow. I'm kind of surprised I passed as well. Like, she didn't like me, to be completely honest. Have I ever told you the story about humping the tree?
Actually, it sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't remember.
Okay, I'll just run through it really quick. She had this student teacher, really stupid student teacher. I don't even remember her name. But anyway, they took us outside and like we were just playing football or whatever the fuck. And I ran after the ball and I wasn't looking where I was going. Ran right into a tree.
Yeah.
And it was one of those springy trees, so it sort of went back and forth on me. And then she just sort of grabs my arm, drags me in the building, and brings me back into the room, and she's like, you're just going to stay here until the end of the class, and I'm going to watch you. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Then on Monday, because it was a Friday, I get back to school, and I get a call from the guidance office, and I go down there, and my counselor is like, why did you hump the tree? And I'm like, what the fuck?
Nice one, Chris.
It wasn't Fuck you! so, so yeah, that was, and I'm sure she told Novak, like, and I think she kept giving me dirty looks for the rest of the year because she thought I humped the tree. So, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my one of my funniest Novak stories. I know I've told the one about the George Washington project before. But yeah.
My little brother, Dylan, you know?
Yeah.
He had Novak 8th grade year as well.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like, that was the one teacher my mom requested he did not get. And, of course, he got her. She knew the last name. She knew my brother.
So
he did not get special treatment, let's just say that.
Oh, boy.
He was kicked out of the class pretty frequently. He did not have a fun year, and he still blames me for it. So,
as he should.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of my fault. But she deserved it.
He totally deserved it.
Man, I'm gonna say, I was also not a nice kid to that teacher. But
I don't know anyone who was genuinely nice to her. I was genuinely nice to her for about a month, and then I'm like, okay, I can't stand this.
I tried so hard for some of the times, and then I'm like, screw this. She's a bitch.
I don't even think the teachers really liked her.
Yeah.
Like, geez. Anyway, enough about teachers.
True.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've gotten about all we can out of the catch-up section of today's program.
That went on a little long, but...
Yeah. So I'm going to bring us right into our first reoccurring segment on the show, Deep Thoughts.
Oh boy.
And I'll run through this again because you weren't here last time, Doug. And for any new listeners who might be here today, Deep Thoughts is a show where we just try to come up with a segment where we try to come up with the stupidest ideas that we can, but make them sound really, really deep. So, let's have you go first, Doug, because
yeah, I kind of carried last week. I'm willing to let you two go on.
How about a balloon that you can breathe in and out of, and you can just go higher up? You can breathe infinitely into it, because there's air in the balloon, right? And you go higher, because it's a balloon. So you can just go to space with a singular balloon.
I mean, it was a pretty interesting concept. Like, I
don't know if I fully grasped this segment or not.
I think Schopenhauer said something about it in one of his books. He was saying the idea of the balloon taking you to space is such a radical one, but it's very plausible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And of course, we can't forget Sigmund Freud when he said about it, the whole idea of the balloon is that it was a capsule for air, so it makes sense that you could breathe in and out of it infinitely and not only travel up, but you could also sustain life just by breathing in and out because there's always air.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So, really, you hit the nail on the head there. Like, just brilliance.
I think you might have found the secret to immortality, even.
I think Nick's right. I think you did.
And I know some non-believers might say there would be an issue with CO2. that shit's fake.
Plus,
Yeah.
Even if it was real, you're not putting the balloon over your fucking nose.
Exactly.
You know,
just
so
breathe the CO2 out your nose then.
Exactly.
And then the air in and out your mouth. It's as easy as that.
And new air can come in through your nose as well, so...
Especially in space.
Exactly. I mean, nothing bad has ever happened to anyone in space by breathing in.
True.
Yeah.
So...
breathing in space air is just too strong for those other people. But we have evolved as a species now to the point where we can breathe in space. We don't need air anymore. We've
come a long way since 1950s.
Yeah.
We can breathe in space air.
We can barely survive a pandemic.
But we can still breathe in space air.
Yeah.
This has been common knowledge. Like, maybe I know 1950s. That was like 200, 300 years ago now, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm getting my numbers wrong a little bit, but you get the point.
Yeah, I think it's
ancient
a little
history at best.
Yeah, maybe it was a little longer, but still. You know, maybe we could even sell the space air. Like nice, refreshing space air?
I think so. We could sell it in the NASA gift shop right alongside the moon rocks.
Exactly.
Just left of Jupiter.
So, yes, you have really made this segment beautiful today by giving the words of such brilliant philosophers and coming up with brand new ideas on our own. You know, we should just really be in the National Philosophy Hall.
I'm actually one of the smartest people ever.
True, you are.
Yes, this has proven it. This is undeniable proof.
Yes.
Doug is the smartest person in the world.
Put it in the Guinness Book of World Records. This is an undisputable
smartest man.
Fuck you, Einstein.
Whoa, calm down.
Oh my God. We don't need to go that far. God, dude.
He's dead.
We don't gotta worry about him.
I mean, I guess.
Yes, the things we have uncovered today are better than like the last 200 years of scientific discovery. This is
quite a spectacle.
Yes.
And very proud of what we, as people, can do.
All right.
Thank you for coming to my TED
Talk. I have a deep thought as well.
Yes, go on.
When we turn on the light just, it pops right on. And, of course, that's the speed of light coming right to our eyes. And we've never been able to travel light speed before, except in the movies. And movies are, of course, fiction. But if we really wanted to travel light speed, why not just grab hold of the light bulb, turn it on, and then that will send us into light speed just because we are holding the light bulb when we turn the light on.
Yes.
Grab the light.
When we grab the light, we become the light bulb.
Exactly.
Spewing out the light at light speed.
Yes.
So therefore, if I bought a really huge Batman beacon and put it on top of my apartment, and then just laid on top of it, I could be propelled into the sky at light speed.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wow.
The wonders of modern technology, man, I tell you.
All we have to do is do some human tests, and then when, everyone wakes up and realizes that it works, we just have to put another fucking space shuttle on top of a light bulb, and then it'll take us to Jupiter in 10 seconds flat.
That is true.
Yes.
But, I mean, yes.
My friends, we cannot hide this any longer. We are making scientific breakthroughs today that everyone in the history of the world has been waiting for. This episode is scientifically accurate. There is no fiction in this whatsoever.
That's the title.
Scientifically accurate. Yeah. Man. How do you guys feel about magnets?
Um,
I don't know where to go from there.
Dude.
yes, I feel very good about magnets, actually.
Maybe, like, I know magnets, like, have a force repelling each other, right?
Yeah.
What happens if you just, like, go in between the magnets and just get ripped in half?
True.
We can use this as a weapon. We can just have two huge magnets. That's the other, like, the other side of God knows where, right? We could rip the world in half. For God.
Oh!
Powerful.
Can we not rip the world in half, please?
But we could.
We can, but should we?
I mean,
I think we should. I think that's something.
We could become the magnet rulers. We control the magnets. We can have the government do what we want. We can get our supply of Flintstone gummies.
We could get assassinated the same day.
No.
Jesus Christ. All right. Do you have any deep thoughts, Nick?
No. I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm feeling a little shallow today.
You're not feeling up to challenging our amazingly scientific minds?
Yes, I'm literally kneeling right now. I am kneeling in awe of your collective greatness.
Oh, wow. Okay, that was our deep thoughts section of this week's episode. And now I would like to introduce you to a brand new, or not a brand new segment. We already did the segment last time. Anyway, this is Great Moments in Film.
Yeah.
So, did you see anything since we last saw each other, Nick?
Yes. I saw a movie that was made in 2003. Master and Commander, I believe it was. It had a longer subtitle, but I don't remember what that was.
Okay.
Master and Commander. Yeah. It was about a conflict between the British and French. I believe they were against Napoleon? No. Well, anyways, battle in like northern Brazil, those islands, you know. Yeah.
Cool.
And it was just a really cool, like, historically accurate showcasing of seaside, or, you know, like naval sea life during that time period. Really interesting.
Cool.
A lot of stuff happened in it. It's only 2 hours long, but when I watched it, it felt like 3.5, just because of like how much stuff was happening. I thought it would be longer.
I just looked it up, and you were right. It is Napoleon that they're fighting.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I wasn't wrong there. Cool.
And it looks like the subtitle we were talking about is called "The Far Side of the World."
That would make sense. Yeah, they were on the other end of the world. Yeah.
Sounds very interesting. Would you recommend it?
Yes, for sure. The way I heard about it was my roommate Zach brought it up to me, and we watched it together. He said that he saw a review of it that was like, this movie would have won a lot of awards if it hadn't come out during the same year as Return of the King.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Because that was a pretty big movie.
Yeah, that was, the last of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, so really big film.
Yeah. Speaking of trilogies, they just put out the trailer for Spider-Man 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did we all see it?
No, I have not seen it yet.
I haven't either.
All right, then that's the only thing I'll say about it. Just go watch it after this episode because it is bussin'.
Duly noted. Wasn't it like leaked? Not long
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah, it was actually leaked like the day before the trailer came out, and Sony just said, "Fuck it, let's put it out right now," even though they were gonna wait until like after Shang-Chi came out.
Well,
Yeah.
So-
I mean, fair enough. I feel like that's the right response for something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's already out there, then you might as well put it out yourself instead of
Yeah.
people illegally.
Fuck it. Do the pre-movie interviews earlier this time,
Exactly. Let Tom Holland leak stuff instead of some random person.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a trailer. That's not a movie. Have you seen anything recently?
Gonna be honest, I just rewatched both of the How to Train Your Dragon movies recently.
Oh.
I don't know, it was on my TV. It was like recommended on Netflix. And I'm like, oh, these are on Netflix, cool. So
it's a trilogy, right?
there are 3 movies?
There are 3 How to Train Your Dragons, yes.
Yeah.
What's the third one?
It's like
It's also on Netflix, I'm pretty sure. I thought I saw it on Netflix, or was that? No, wait, Disney Plus? Wherever it is,
Look it up 3. Because the second one was not even close to as good as the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, the third one is also not as good, but there is a third one.
Yep.
Oh no, there is.
How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. I saw it. I was not very impressed.
Yeah, it could have been a lot better.
To be honest, I was also not impressed by Kung Fu Panda 3. Like,
The
Really?
Kung Fu Panda movies. The second one, I kind
Oh
of.
wait, Kung Fu 3. Yeah, I agree. 3 was
3 was not very good.
yeah.
the second one was like a masterpiece.
I
loved it.
really liked the second one. Yeah. The first one was pretty good as well. I mean, it's the first movie.
Yeah.
It's a classic one.
It's really good, but like I think the second one just elevates it that much more.
Mhm.
So, and then the third one, like, it's whatever,
It just feels so out of place.
Yeah, I don't really remember anything about it, but like I remember a lot about the first 2. So that's my brief thoughts on Kung Fu Panda 3. But back to How to Train Your Dragon 3.
I don't know anything about it. I didn't know it existed.
I really thought it just like rehashed too much from the second one. Like, they're trying to save all the dragons and such, and like that's the whole plot, basically. And like, there's the whole hidden world thing, and they already did that with like the mother having all those dragons in the big
Ice.
cave, the ice cave in the second one. And that was kind of a hidden world. And they even did that in the fucking first one, because the hidden world was where the Dragon Queen was. So they really rehashed that in all 3 movies.
I mean, overall, the first movie was pretty darn good. I liked it. I don't know, I remember watching it when it first came out, like the first few months of it. It was overall pretty good. I can't say it's one of the best movies I've watched, that's for sure, but it was definitely decent. Looking back now, though, I don't know what it is about it, but some of the characters just look so weird. Like, it's the animation or something, but they just look I remember first watching it, they felt like actual characters, but watching it for the second time recently, they just didn't feel real.
I get that. What I think really what they were trying to capitalize in that movie was their flying scenes.
Yeah.
Because those scenes are really cool. Like, I think there's a ride down in Universal Studios where you like get on a dragon or something and it's like a projection screen. And that would be kind of interesting to go on because like I kind of want to see that aspect of the movie translated into a real life sort of thing. So
yeah.
Anyway, what have I seen this last? I saw Free Guy.
Oh,
I saw Free Guy last week.
I've been meaning to watch that.
Yeah.
I should watch that later tonight, actually.
It is actually really good. I won't say much since neither of you have seen it, but it just raises a lot of questions about like humanity of AI. Now that we're coming into an age where AI is starting to be more real than ourselves. So it just raises a lot of questions like that, and it does it very well. So I definitely recommend that. It's really good.
I mean,
all right, cool.
I was excited for it as soon as I saw Ryan Reynolds in the trailer being Ryan Reynolds. I mean, that's my favorite character to watch from him being himself. So...
I mean, who can't love Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's fucking Ryan Reynolds. Alright, so that was great moments in film for this week, and now we are going into our next segment, News Break. And this is just going to be a short little section, because I feel we should address what happened, in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, with, yep.
Yeah, as all of you know, the Taliban overthrew Afghanistan just days after we got our troops out.
They won.
Yeah. And a lot of what happened was, everyone on the news was finger pointing, it's the left's fault, it's the right's fault, whose fault is it? We don't know. And I think that we shouldn't have done that.
I feel blaming, first off, should never be the first thing we do in a situation like that.
Oh, totally.
This was a war across four different presidents?
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
W. Bush,
there was
Obama.
A lot that happened between, the whole start and end, so...
Yeah. And, like, I don't think one person can be, like, 100% to blame in all this.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that finger pointing here is a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a mess, but I know I myself can't do much about it, but I can talk about it. Overall, it's not looking great.
Definitely not.
I mean, we're getting a lot more insight over social media and stuff like that, from the Taliban themselves even. Them talking on it, kind of making fun.
Yeah. I guess they don't have to be as hidden anymore.
That's true.
So that helps. Yeah, I've seen a lot of the videos that have come out where people are like hanging on to the wheels of the airplane and falling off to their death. And that.
No, I haven't seen those videos, and I'm glad I haven't.
Yeah, I've seen clips of like the beginnings of them. Just editing clips together. So
yeah, it's really disturbing and like just sad, just so sad.
Yeah,
it's not a good group, that's for sure.
Definitely not. And like, on the one hand, I think we should still be helping, but on the other hand, we've been over there 20 years, and it seems like we weren't going to win anyway. It's like a Vietnam situation, We've known for a while that we probably weren't going to win.
Yeah.
I don't want to admit it.
We weren't really... What was our reason for being there, Like, geez.
like I think the main reason was like 9/11, but like I know there were a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So like we were there to make sure the Al Qaeda members, couldn't pose more of a threat, and that they killed Osama bin Laden.
I think we were there to kind of scare them into not doing anything. And then when we left, they continued doing stuff again because, well, there's nothing really stopping them now.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think they would have been scared of us, even if...
After a while, it was gonna... They'd probably still be scared, but they'd push on anyways.
Yeah. And personally, I think, being there 20 years and, like, having all this heavy fire, kind of ruined the country. Even because now, there's more destruction happening. It probably would have been, I don't want to say better, but less destructive if, we would have just gone for bin Laden and then left.
Yeah, more could have been preserved.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our take on Afghanistan. It was probably, like, the worst take you could have watched, so if you want to...
We didn't say much, really, did we?
No.
Yeah, go watch Professionals or something. We don't know jack shit.
If you want to watch...
We don't know much.
If you want to watch a really good piece on it, watch John Oliver's piece last week on Last Week Tonight. That's on YouTube. It's really good. I would definitely recommend that if you want more intensive, insight into it. But that is it for this week's episode of Newsbreak. And now it is time to introduce a brand new segment to the show. This is the Shade Game.
Yep, okay. Continue.
All right. This is going to be a segment where we ridicule people who have gotten canceled in the last couple of weeks on social media. And I think we have a very good one to start out with. That vegan teacher has been canceled again.
What?
Yeah, have you heard of her?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so I'll just run down quick. That vegan teacher is a pretty...
Crazy lady.
Yeah, she is, like, a pretty famous TikToker, and she's pretty famous. She's very crazy. Basically, she goes around and bullies people into trying to get them to be vegan. And she does it in, like, the worst possible ways. She watches people's videos and grades them on a vegan scale. Where she, like, takes down... If they mention that they're going to eat a hamburger or something, then she gives them, like, a negative score or something like that. And she's not a good person because all she ever does is bully people into trying to, look at her worldview and take that instead of theirs.
So kind of like force-feeding her opinion into other people.
Exactly, yeah. So she's obviously been canceled a few times. But this recent one is interesting because she was caught eating a hamburger, like, on video.
I just overall think that's kind of fun.
Yes, because she keeps bullying people into, doing her stuff, and then she ends up just not doing her stuff.
It's just hypocritical as hell.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Just a major hypocrite. I mean, I don't know too much about the whole situation. Chris told me about it today, but it doesn't seem like a good situation to be in for her. Other than that, other people that have been canceled, I guess, recently, I don't know. But
Yeah.
talking, like, canceled, like, do you know who Chris Chan is?
Yes, actually, I heard about that.
Yeah.
That was really screwed up.
I mean, first time I heard of this individual, this character, was probably
Yeah.
back in, like, 2015. When, like, one of the first few things started happening to her. Or him at the time, but still.
Yeah.
It's kind of just a wild and wacky thing. I mean, they have hours and hours and hours of documentary on this person. And it's kind of just sad, almost. You know?
Yeah. And who'd want to fuck his mother anyway?
What the hell? we haven't even said that yet.
We could have not.
I mean, it.
Yeah, that is the reason she was arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just.
I mean, I feel like something could have happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like, there were definitely warning signs that something was going wrong. Like, at least a few years in advance.
Yeah, just a very creepy individual. And I'm fortunate to share a name with her.
Gonna have to change your name, Chris. What are you gonna change it to?
I know first last Nameson!
No, that's mine. You can't take it. It's my name.
Oh, I'll steal your name.
No.
Guess we got another criminal Chris.
Or you know what? I'll name myself Doug. How does that sound?
You know, I wouldn't like that one.
Another criminal.
Oh my.
I mean, there's not much really to talk about anyone else that's got canceled, really. At least I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. So.
Yeah, honestly, I can't really think of anybody either. Like, I'm not on Twitter very much. I have it on my phone, but like, I'm never on there.
I account, but I don't really use it for anything.
I am on TikTok a bit though, and I gotta say there is a lot of shit on TikTok.
I mean, I feel like a lot of the social media sites, you don't have to look very far, but there's a lot of shit on them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I guess that's our new segment, The Shade Game. Obviously, in the future, we'll try and beef it up a bit, but that's all I could really find, before we started. So I guess that just leaves us with our upcoming plans for the next few weeks.
Oh, yeah.
So you're starting your sports games, right?
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Because the season's starting up, so just this Friday is going to be the first game that I work. So
exciting.
Yeah, coming up quick. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a real interesting experience. So
nice. Are you going to be in Fargo or?
Yeah, so the first 2 weeks I'm going to be here in Fargo. The third week, though, I'm going to be going to Maryland. So it will be not the next podcast, but the one after that, where I could tell you more about how that goes.
Okay. Are you gonna do like announcing or just the graphics?
Just the graphics. Announcing would be pretty cool though. Unfortunately, I know nothing about the sport to be able to announce on it. I'd be like, yo, purple guy running over there pretty fast though.
True.
You do be running pretty fast.
What sport is it?
Football. Well, first it's football. Then it's gonna be hockey, and then basketball.
Yo, I know stuff about hockey. That's the one I got.
All right, well then, talk to me again in December. I'll tell you about the hockey ones.
And basketball. That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
And that's all college sports, right?
Yep, college level. All teams from NDSU, North Dakota State University.
Nice.
Yeah, they're a big football presence up here, so. Kind of the center of the community, if I'm honest.
Well, that's pretty cool that you get to do that.
Yeah.
And how about you, Doug? I know you're starting school like next week, but you got anything coming up after that?
I mean, tomorrow I'm getting my braces off, so that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
I've had these things on for about like 4.5 years now, so...
Yeah,
nice.
man, that's a long ride, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's about the same length I had mine on for, too.
Yeah. My big issue was the fact that I was born without some multiple teeth under my baby teeth. So that kind of like messed up the spacing in my mouth. Like real bad. But other than that, the day after that actually, I'm going to be having a little bit of a summer thing I was invited to. I'm going to a lake house that my friend's dad owns, and we're having ribs.
Ooh.
So that's
well,
gonna be fun.
Yeah, nice.
Love ribs.
Yeah. What about you, Christopher?
I guess I'll just be working on my shows, working at Festival.
Yeah.
My life is so boring.
Yep. Wow. Really got a lot going for you, man.
But yeah, that's basically all I got coming up in the next few weeks, because obviously I'm not going back to school this year, which honestly feels very weird. Like I've been stuck in that building for 4 years now, and it just feels very peculiar that I'm not going to be going back in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I remember that feeling.
But of course that will pass, and yeah, I'll just have to get through this year, staying home, not going to college or anything. So I think I'm gonna just take this year off like fully. I don't think I'll do anything in the spring. So yeah, that's basically me.
Nice.
So yeah, I guess this sort of comes down to the wire of another Idiots in a Room podcast. I think we did a good job this week.
I think so too. It was fun.
Yeah,
So
this was a good one. Another solid episode, I'd say.
Yeah. I think our problem before, as I've told you before, is that before we just tried to do too many episodes with too many people without like a real structure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was literally whatever came to mind with crowds of people.
Yeah.
So I think, just like this is a really good setup. 3 people. Like
I think
we
maybe
wanted
4
to do.
people maximum. 4 or 5 max.
I think 4 is a good
Yeah,
maximum,
4.
but like 3 is.
3 is probably perfect.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's why we originally wanted to go with 3 idiots in a room. But I just kept getting too inconsistent, man. So we just idiots.
Yeah,
A number of idiots.
I'm glad we did this rebrand. I think it's a bit more classy and tasteful now for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that part too, because
I'm real classy.
Oh yeah, you are, you ginger.
Oh, come on.
God damn.
All right, well, let's go through our names again.
My name is Douglas Linn.
I'm first last Nameson.
And I have been Chris Jahnke, and this has been the 3 Idiots in a Room podcast, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.